Blockchain flows, ladies riding no cap. DeFi kingpin cause the charts in his lap. Wheelchair bound, still breaking the trap. Cryptic codes making haters all nap. Wait, crypto keep it lit, keep rolling. Coins on fire, prophecy beholding. This ability ain't no limit, he's golden. When the past down is never folding. YouTube hustler subscribers gone nuts. Crypto market way never cuts. Posted ETHs calculating guts. In the bearable, dudes got the clutch. Wait, crypto keep it lit, keep rolling. Coins on fire, prophecy beholding.
What's going on? What's going on, everyone? My name is Wadi. Welcome to the show. Appreciate you guys tuning in every single day. Well, it's usually at 7 p.m. EST, but today I needed a nap. I was so tired. That's the reason why I didn't do it at 7 p.m., but I am here now. So I'm going to get into some of the news article. I'm also going to bring up the Bitcoin chart. Let me give you guys a quick analysis on what I am seeing here. And basically, what I am thinking is if Bitcoin breaks below 106, most likely come down to the support level, well, to the MA right here. I would say 104 more or less, it's the next target, and for there back down to 102,000. Hopefully I am wrong, but it did get rejected over here one, two, three, 4 times. So usually on the fifth try, if it tries again, then it's a bullish sign that it's gonna go up. But in my personal opinion, is looking more bearish than bullish right now. Okay, so with that being said, let me get started with some of the news here. So Coinbase launched its own wrap version of Cardano CBAD and Litecoin, which is CBLTC on Base. These let users use ADA and LTC in DeFi while keeping one-to-one backing in Coinbase custody. Everyone knows that Base is one of the biggest, well, not the biggest, but one of the big blockchain that Coinbase did launch, and it's actually extremely cheap. So, sorry, the more coins they add to the ecosystem, the better. It's not like Ethereum that you gotta spend crazy amounts of gas fee in order for you to trade it or anything like that. So this is a big plus in my opinion. All right, ZK Len is closing after a 9.5 million hack. Delisting follow and the platform lost user trust. The team will return 200K to user and open source their code. So I never even dealt with CK Len, to be honest with you, but losing people's trust in the crypto space is a major issue. All right, Lumion team up with Avail to help move real world asset tokens like real estate across blockchain securely and quickly, boosting trust and scalability. That's pretty cool in my opinion. I mean, there is a lot of movement when it comes to real world asset. As a matter of fact, One of my favorite RWA token, it's Ondo. Plenty of reasons, right? One is because it's backed by the biggest hedge fund that I know of to be in the world, which is BlackRock. So that's pretty cool. All right, Bitfinex launched two tokenized equity offer worth 143 million. One funds UK debt, the other helps finance loans to investor, gets returned through dividends. Uh, um, so the whole dividend portion of it, I think, is pretty cool as well. U.S. housing giant Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are told to prepare for using crypto as mortgage asset, bringing crypto closer to real estate finance. Now, this part is using it as mortgage will be interesting because it also adds more to the adoption side of things, where a lot of people, no, well, not a lot of people, this is what crypto needs, mass adoption. I wanted to get to the point where we could go into a Starbucks or Best Buy or whatever and just use Bitcoin, right? I think that would be pretty cool. Well, not necessarily Bitcoin because gas on Bitcoin is also crazy unless you're using Lightning Network. All right, Pumpli Pampliano firm ProCap bought over 1,200 BTC, now holding almost 5,000 BTC. They aim to hit 1 billion in Bitcoin and go public soon. I'm just reading through the news. I'm probably not always going to base my opinion on it. Seiko Hunt in the house. Welcome, bro. Appreciate you joining. All right. Institution boosted Bitcoin holding by 24% as world tension calm. Major firm like Strategy and Cardone Capital made big BTC buys. Earlier on the TikTok, I was talking about what are the possibility of Bitcoin actually hitting crazy numbers, right? And I point out the fact that they gotta see it this way. And I'm gonna bring it by sector. We got millionaires, right? They're all purchasing Bitcoin. We got billionaires, they're purchasing Bitcoin. We got states, well, no, let me go with institutions, ETFs, they're purchasing Bitcoin. We have countries purchasing Bitcoin, and we also have different states in the US purchasing Bitcoin, and the companies that are also making their own crypto treasury, well, Bitcoin treasury was reserved. So, with that being said, um, it's not so crazy to think that Bitcoin could actually hit around 500,000 or better. My personal opinion, I think between 260K to 320, it's more like a safe bet when it comes to Bitcoin. If it does better than that, it's more than welcome, right? All right, so Fed Chair Powell said crypto is now more mainstream. Bitcoin market share jumped to nearly 66%, pushing prices up. So the fact that the Fed chairman, which is actually insane, that he is one of the person when when they was talking about a Bitcoin Federal Reserve, it was one of the person that said, "Oh, nope, that cannot happen. The Fed is not allowed to do that, right?" But now he's becoming bullish on Bitcoin. I think that's a good sign. I also know that a lot of banks are now allowed to service to service Bitcoin, well, cryptocurrency in general. So that's extremely good news as well. All right, Ledger will stop updates and support for the Nano S. Users should upgrade to newer wallet like the Nano S Plus or Nano X. Why is this news important? If you guys do not know what is Ledger, Ledger is one of the biggest cold storage. Well, I wouldn't say one of. I would say the biggest cold storage um company, and that's usually where people keep their cryptocurrency safe. All right, Grayscale launched a new trust for SXT, the token of Microsoft backspace and time. It helps business access real-time blockchain data. Ahmed Mansi, welcome, welcome. Appreciate you joining. So XSXT, I actually spoke about this coin because it is at a extremely low market cap. I mean, this thing hasn't even hit near 500,000 yet, right? It's right here, 100 million market cap. So, not financial advice. Make sure you do your own research on this. I researched enough. Microsoft partnership gives it a lot of credibility. We do see it listed already on Binance, Bybit, and even on Coinbase Exchange, Bigget. So, in my humble opinion, this thing could take off any moment. It's just a matter of time before it actually happens. FOMO, that's a big thing in this crypto space, as you guys know. I Yes, of course. Nice, good, beautiful. Ahmed Mensi, thank you. All right, so the next one is Tether plans to launch AI agent that runs on devices and use Bitcoin or USDT to pay each other, no cloud or big tech needed. I don't know how that's going to work, to be honest, but it sounds like a lot of transaction will be happening through there. Okay, don't miss the opportunity, be smart. Exactly, Ahmed. That's the best way to play it. All right, Hester Pierce says crypto ETF might soon let people get actual Bitcoin or Ether instead of cash, making them cheaper and tax friendly. That would be awesome. Now, the best part, literally speaking, it's that if they finally come out with whatever tax regulation when it comes to crypto, because guys, hold on, I am waiting for a package. Give me a minute. Okay, my package arrived. Yay! I ordered my new phone, so I'm extremely happy. No. All right, so wait. Let me see. I know how this works. Believe me, please. Okay, so that would be pretty cool, right? If they actually came out with whatever regulation, tax friendly. I mean, 30 to 40%. I think that's just insanity. If you've been in crypto for less than a year, if you're holding actually for less than a year, but if you're holding more than a year, then 15 to 20, if I recall. So it will be cool, tax friendly crypto environment. All right, so Invesco and Galaxy filed for a Solana ETF, joining a wave of Solana-based fund proposal. The SEC is reviewing them now. Um, all the ETF has been delayed so far, right? But I do feel that it is imminent for an ETF to get approved, especially coming from Solana. But the one ETF that I was truly surprised by is the Pudgy Penguin ETF. So it says new filing include for one for Solana and another for Pengu, a meme coin and NFT combo. They aim to expand crypto exposure. This is from Canary Capital, which great, right? GS, what's going on, brother? Welcome. Appreciate you joining. So the Pudgy Penguin ETF, in my humble opinion, once again, if it gets approved, that meme coin, because it is a meme coin, uh Pengu, right? I think that thing is going to fly if it gets approved. I mean, there are other ETF that are pending before the sorry guys, before the approval of Pudgy Penguin, in which I believe might have priority. There is obviously the Solana ETF, there's the XRP ETF, which, by the way, Canada was the first one to approve a XRP ETF. Well, aside other countries, I believe in Europe, there's plenty of XRP ETF. GS Pepe ETF too. GS, you know what's crazy? Bro, if they did a Pepe ETF, that would be insanity. Just saying. I'm not saying it's guaranteed, but that would be insanity. Okay. Now, Bernstein, right? No, actually, my bad. This is I'm skipping ahead of myself right here. Barclays will block crypto buys using its cards starting June 27 to protect user from risky investment and debt issue. So I don't know if you know who Barclay is, but last I checked, they are a bank and they are literally saying they will not allow for their cardholders to invest in crypto, which, come on, man, that is the shadiest thing I heard of so far. No offense, but it's your money. You get to choose where you want to invest it. But I also understand that there's a rule in crypto. invest no more than what you're willing to lose. We're not saying that you're gonna lose it, but you always want to be cautious. You don't want to spend your rent money. You don't want to spend your, you know, let's say you got to pay for your dog or your child daycare or something like that. You don't want to invest that into crypto. So new sorry, Senator Schiff proposed a bill to stop US leader from promoting crypto during or soon after their time in office. It also demands crypto income be disclosed. Now, the whole crypto income being disclosed, well, that kind of kills the whole idea of DeFi, right? But the problem with this bill is that Trump, it's crazy because Trump did not talk about his meme coin when he got in office. He actually spoke about his meme coin like 2 or 3 days later before joining the office officially, being a sitting president at the White House. Daycare for no daycare for kids buying. GS, you're hilarious, bro. They can play here at home for free. I know, man. I know. Okay, so investor Philip Lafont said Bitcoin could double as the world moves away from the US dollar. He now regret not buying earlier. See, and that's the biggest problem with a lot of these people, right? They got the money, they got the info, they got the knowledge, and they decide to wait because they still believe that crypto is a scam. They still believe that the asset is just pure speculation, right? So, long story short, why, sorry guys, why get involved when Bitcoin is so high? I mean, can it run even more? Yeah, I believe so. I believe, like I said earlier, 260 to 320K BTC is very possible. Um, would it make it there anytime soon? Well, we gotta see. I personally think there's gonna be a dip before we start running up again. I could be wrong, but that's just based on what I'm seeing, the possibility. And maybe by the end of November, maybe July or so, we could start seeing a nice run up or the start of a run up. Maybe. Or if not, I would say September, October, November, we should be able to see a real nice run up. All right. So, with that being said, ladies and gents, I am done with the news portion. If you guys got any coin that you want me to check out, chart for you, then please let me know. I'll gladly do so. So, GS says we miss BTC. Outs are our second chance. GS, you know what's funny, bro? I was saying that earlier on my TikTok live stream that in reality, yes, Bitcoin would have been a lovely, lovely chance. But at the end, bro, we are getting the most spectacular chance, which is with some of the altcoins. I'm a big BJ fan. I always spoke about BJing. I don't know what's going on July 1st, but that's what they're saying. GSCVCN, bro. If you wouldn't know, I'm kind of like the biggest CBCN fodder. No, not really. I think CBCN could do great if all the partnership is true. Um, haven't verified all the sources. I am concerned that Tapalia, which is the CEO, he has a history of dumping on retail. He also had, well, that was with the movement token. The other one was Eclipse, which was owned by his brother. So I don't know, man. There's a shady history over there. And I'm just being careful with CBCN. What's going on, Steve? Welcome, welcome. Appreciate you joining. Yep, I saw our ticket. Well, I'm not so sure it's so much the ISO GS. Look, man, me personally, there is opportunity in the market, right? I personally like ACH, Alchemy Pay. I think that their partnership, everything they're doing, it's freaking awesome, right? I think that Alchemy Pay, which I'm gonna show you guys right here, is going to be one of the top mover, hopefully, in this cycle. And if Alchemy Pay doesn't do 20 cents or better, I am going to be so beyond disappointed. This is Alchemy Pay right now, 1 8 cents, right? And the market cap extremely super low, 166 million. So what do I like about Alchemy Pay, right? Let's go check out the website and I'm gonna show you guys every detail that I'm looking at when it comes to this cryptocurrency. Look at all the players, right? And this is how you know it's true. They actually tag them, right? But we see companies like Visa, MasterCard, Apple Pay, Google Pay, Discovery, and so goes on the story. Obviously, some of them I do not know them here. You see Web3's exchanges that they're partnered with. You see the DeFi wallets they're partnered with. You'd see where you could trade it on, which is on Binance, Coinbase. So Alchemy Pay has all the right flags, in my opinion, to be a top cryptocurrency. Why isn't it at the top 100 yet? Is the biggest question. But I do believe that it can. And Pepe is actually better than Ship GS. That's my honest opinion. How do you think Tell will do good this bull run? So, Steve, I used to believe, well, I still kind of believe in Telcoin. I haven't really seen them do much lately. I haven't seen any type of marketing. I think their account is just kind of dry. Yeah, let me look it up right here. But in my opinion, once again, guys, not financial advice, Alchemy Pay is the one that I'll really keep a close eye out on. Now, ZVEC Network, yeah, there's money to be made. I just don't believe all the partnership that they claim. Like once again, JP Morgan. JP Morgan doesn't even want to accept Bitcoin. And they haven't partnered with Ripple or XOM, but yet here comes CBCN. That's a project basically that nobody really knows, and you're gonna tell me that JP Morgan is gonna partner up with them? Does that make any sense? Logical sense to anyone? And that's one of their claims. Um, all right, so this is Telcoin. Let me see what Telcoin has been doing recently. Okay. Okay, so they are active. This was actually June 16. They're so when it comes to Telcoin, they're still working. That's all I see there. Shaman says in the house, welcome, bro. Appreciate you joining. What is crypto? How do I start trading? Should I buy Shiba Inu? So, crypto is a digital currency, right? And you could even call it digital payment. How do you start trading? All you got to do is send all your money to the wallet I am going to provide for you. Not, I'm kidding. uh, Obviously, you could use Coinbase. That's the main one if you're in the US or other exchanges. Should I buy Shiba Inu? Is the last question. That's totally up to you, man. But me personally, I feel like they dropped the ball a long time ago. All right. Yeah, guys, I'm sorry that I'm doing the stream at this time. Usually I get a pretty nice viewership. But hey, I went to sleep at almost 4 in the morning last night. I woke up this morning at freaking 7. I don't know why. Well, 6:55. And I barely got any sleep. So I went I was gonna go live at 7, but I was yawning. I was so tired, man. My eyes were closing. I felt like a true old man. And I said, you know what? Let me postpone the live stream for 8 p.m. And I took a nap. That's awesome. I appreciate your help. Send me that wallet. Shaman. Appreciate you, man. More like Shiba Boo Boo. Yeah, GS. Look, I'm losing viewers because I'm spitting facts on Shiba Inu, right? And the fact is, they dropped their ball. Once they started creating all of these different coins, they came out with Bone, they came out with Leech, they came out with freaking Tree, and Tree looks like a straight rug pool. Now Leech, they also came out with. I think they want to launch a stable coin called She. Nobody uses the freaking swap that they got, the Shiba swap. There's nothing really like all that they promise, but at the same time they under deliver. And the more they keep adding tokens to their ecosystem, in my opinion, the worse it is for, you know, Shiba Inu, in my opinion. So, me personally, I don't do Shiba Inu. I lost, can it do maybe 1, 2, 3x? Yeah, it could still make you that much money, but can it run like the last bull cycle? I don't know, man. I think they lost their touch. Not to mention, there is Six Wallet that owns 58 point something percent of the total supply. So why would you risk it? Just saying. Shaman says, I haven't bought any Shiba since 2021, or maybe a couple of dollars in the beginning of 22. Yeah, Shaman, I haven't touched it at all, man. It's like I see Shiv and then I automatically think, ugh, you got the cooties. Pepe, on the other hand, I like Pepe, man, a lot. The meme coins that I like, right? We could talk about Dogecoin. We could talk about Bunk. We could talk about Pengu, Pepe. What other? Oh, ah, Moon Dang, guys, right? Moon Dang is going to get listed or it's already listed on Binance US. That gives it credibility. Binance. Do, 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 do. Did I put it right? Shoot. Do, 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 do. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm not looking at the chart right now. As I had the chart, I'm not looking at the chat. Look at this. Deposit for Moondang are now open on Binance US. Trading on Moondang pair will begin on June 26th at 7 a.m. EDT. Moondang is a meme coin celebrating the beloved pygmy hippo from Thailand. So I feel, that's gonna do better than anything else. Well, at least in the short term. I haven't bought any ships since 2021. Maybe okay. That's a big percent for those few about wallet holy. Yeah, no, shaman. That's what I'm saying, man. I still have my Shiva though. Hey, shaman, look, man. I'm getting tempted to buy maybe $1 of shit and just to leave it there in case. But honestly, I don't expect anything from it. Um, just see it this way, bro. If they would have focused more on Shiba Inu, then it would have been a different story. When they decided to focus on everything else, they really messed up. The 1 cent Shiba Inu dream, unless they're gonna burn a shit ton of supply, is not gonna happen anytime soon. Just do the math. And yes, I know I sound like I'm funding the project, but I'm just spitting facts. Yeah, so guys, if there is anything else that you guys want to check, let me know. If not, I'll probably end the live stream again early. I appreciate everyone that joined so far. Like always, you guys rock. I'm also live on X. Let me see how's my viewership going over there. Oh yeah, and this was awesome. Superman movie tagged me in a post. That was unexpected. So make sure you guys go check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Wow, on X only 8 views. Jesus. Yeah, I'll stick to my 7 p.m. time. Today was just once again a napping issue. Okay, I see it's someone here on Twitch. Welcome. Best viewer on stream. Okay. Well, thank you by Yakura Na. Well, thank you. All right. So if that is it, ladies and gentlemen, then I will end the stream here. Thank you so much. Plus, I'm not gonna lie, I gotta open my baby. It just landed right here. So goodbye, goodbye. And I noticed I almost dox myself completely there. So have a blessed night, everyone. Appreciate y'all. Later, Shaman. Later, Steve. And later, GS. Everyone else, have a good night.
Clutch. Wait, crypto, keep it lit.